If you have never used charcoal pencils, this video will be an excellent introduction for you as I go into detail about all the different types and how they work, as well as to help save you money by preventing the waste of broken pencils. If you have used charcoal before, you already know how easy it is to break. When I first started this journey, I quickly learned how necessary it was to keep the pencil sharp at all times while drawing portraits. The quality of lines and shading is directly correlated with how frequently you sharpen your pencils during the process. Skip the hassle, stop buying pencil sharpeners that don't work, and use my method to keep your pencils sharp so you can go forth and create. Alright, so the materials you will need are a sharp crafting knife like an Exacto blade, and then your choice between a strip of sandpaper, a nail file, or just a scrap of paper. When you first purchase a set of charcoal drawing pencils, you should make sure that it contains 3 types: hard, medium, and soft. This scale is similar to H&B graphite pencils, so they indicate how dark the pencil will show on the paper. The hard charcoal pencil is the least dark of the 3, so it is mostly used for sketching and the very lightest of shading. This pencil isn't easy to break compared to the other 2, therefore you should be able to use a cheap twist sharpener as shown here to sharpen this one. Easy. Medium charcoal pencils are a step up on the value scale. This means they have a darker pigment on paper, but they are more brittle and easier to break. Unlike the hard pencils, these break in the regular sharpener before they even come close to the desired sharpness. As you can see, I tried 2 different sharpeners and they both broke the pencil. This is the time to break out the secret weapons. I use a cheap Exacto blade knife that I bought from the craft section at Walmart. The brand doesn't matter, what's important is that it has a diagonal blade. To attach the blade to the handle, simply unscrew the end where the texture of the metal is rough, then slide the dull end of the blade into the slot and retighten the end to hold the blade in place. Please use extreme caution when handling Exacto blades or any sharp crafting knife. Always cut in a direction away from your body. First, before you begin cutting, hold the knife with your index finger pointed and resting on the back of the blade. This helps maintain control and precision as you cut. The technique is simple. Slide the blade to the side in a horizontal motion instead of pressing down and pushing it forward. At first, to cut away the wood part of the pencil, you will have to apply some force to slice through the wood. However, I still recommend the side slicing method so as not to put too much pressure on the charcoal. After you have smoothly cut away the wood, there will be some thin pieces of it still attached to the charcoal, and you'll want to remove these to get them out of the way. Moving on to the charcoal tip of the pencil, the method is the same. Move the knife to the side and allow the diagonal blade to do the work for you. Do not press down. It will break the tip off and ruin all of your hard work. I will admit this method of sharpening does take time and practice, but I wasted too much money on charcoal pencils to justify keeping this to myself. Not in this economy. Be patient. It takes many swipes of the knife to make the pencils as sharp as you need them. Luckily, after this initial sharpening, maintaining it is much easier as you draw and wear it down. Now we come to the soft charcoal pencil, the most difficult and also the most important of the 3. This is the softest and easiest to break, yet at the same time it achieves a deep matte black that is nearly as vibrant as an ink pen. In other words, it is absolutely vital in the creation of realistic pencil artwork. This pencil will almost instantly break upon being inserted into a regular sharpener, but I still always start with this as a matter of habit and making the manual work slightly easier. As before, carefully cut away at the wood until you have exposed the charcoal center and you can see about an inch of it. For the final steps, I recommend replacing your blade with a new one. Remember, do not push the blade onto the charcoal. Continue to maintain the sliding motion with very little pressure to prevent breakage. By the way, charcoal is messy. You will get charcoal dust all over your hands and whatever surface you're working above. I normally do this over a trash can to avoid a big cleanup. While shopping for charcoal pencils, be sure to buy a little scrub brush to help get the dust off of your skin. At a certain point in sharpening with the craft knife, you will notice that the tip of the pencil will start to chip away and you aren't able to continue. This is the time to switch to either a strip of sandpaper, a nail file, or a simple scrap of paper as I'm using here. Obviously the file or the sandpaper will be the most efficient, but it is possible and cheapest to use scrap paper. Using any of these tools, you can finish smoothing the sides and chiseling the point of your pencil. With these perfectly sharpened pencils, you can now draw very precise, thin lines, which is vital in the process of portrait drawing. You'll need to maintain a sharp pencil in order to draw a variety of things, most of which being singular strands of hair on the head or tiny ones such as eyelashes and eyebrows. These look the most realistic when using the sharpest pencil possible. With great sharpness comes great breakability. You will very likely break the tip off of the soft charcoal pencil immediately upon placing it onto the paper. Take care to use the proper amount of pressure to achieve what you're trying to draw. The hardest part about making this video was trimming this clip. I spent almost 3 hours drawing this little section of hair, mostly because I stopped so frequently to sharpen my pencil. This made me realize it would be a great example to put in the video since it perfectly shows why a sharp pencil is so important in realistic portrait drawing. Thank you for watching, let me know in the comments if this helps you, and have a lovely day. If you're interested, I stream my portrait drawing live on Twitch and will happily answer any questions you have. The link is in the description.